I'm loading into the game. Probably poor life choice. Yeah. To the furry company. To Armitage. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Life is Feudal stream. Try number 2. So, I tried to stream a bit ago, and I got a whole lot of YouTube yelling at me, saying your shit's broke, Shaq. Fix it. It's also not advertiser friendly, apparently. I might be a little salty. It's not my fault. So, super chill stream. An event is going on right now. You guys probably didn't see the first attempt at streaming because I think I took it down or I made it private because it was like 2 minutes of me going, this doesn't work. And then resetting the stream. If you're watching this as a VOD, then none of that matters to you. Hello, welcome to the stream or video that you're watching on YouTube. Hi, guys. Let me get my chat open. I'm so sorry. I'm real bad. I'm rushing to get this open and I didn't get my... There we go. Round 2. Well, so far so good. It looks good. YouTube says everything is all right. Everything is still loading in, by the way. That's why everything looks a little derpy. And I'm like, I don't even have a word. I'm made out of clay, I guess. It takes a second for all the textures to load in, but once they're in, the game actually looks pretty good. I'm also playing this on high and not ultra because ultra was making my computer have a heart attack while streaming. I highly recommend. So I said this in the first attempt. Highly recommend if you're gonna play this and you've got the computer that can run it, go to video settings. It'll start off at like custom settings, I believe. Set it to ultra, and then flick on high detailed landscape. It makes it look so much better. You'll see like the rolling clouds come in and it'll get dark and you know that there's like a storm brewing that's on the way. Very cool. Anyways, Shaq equals Thor. I salute you. This was, by the way, this is my early Christmas present from Tabby. Isn't that awesome? Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I could kill a man with this thing. It is like solid freaking metal. It's so good. All right, so let's talk about Life is Feudal, and why I'm really enjoying this game. It still hasn't loaded in our logo yet. There's supposed to be the logo of the Armitage city, an empire. There it is, it just popped in. There's our logo. Isn't that so cool? Love it. So we're gonna do a little walking around. We're gonna talk about what's going on right now. There's an event going on to bring people into the game. Oh, it's so much smoother now. I just needed to restart my computer and my internet connection. Hashtag blame your ISP for everything. So, let me, why am I carrying dirt? Because I was digging holes, that's why. So, right now there's an event going on. The way that things have worked out thus far, I'm inside the northern city, we're calling it. Armitage, the city proper. We have put up walls as a group of the older players from the old server. We got together, organized and built this place up. You guys have done a fantastic job, by the way. You know who you are. But now that we've got walls up, the event for people to join from the southern city, which was kind of the city who joined the Discord that wanted to join up with us, they started up a city in the swamp. By the way, we are not 2 guilds, though technically we kind of are. We are 1 group. They're all playing on the Discord, all playing together. There's not a competition going on between the 2. I just want to make sure that's absolutely clear. So let me walk up here, and you guys can see that the scribes are working overtime to get these new... Wow, there's a lot of people out there. I like the torches lined up. To get these new people into the city, to figure out what they want to be in the city, and then how we can help them become that. The city, by the way, has it's got like a master planner and architect, and we had this conversation a little while ago, and I made it clear, and the guys were pretty agreed that like it needs to feel like a home for the players that are playing on it, because this game is about building a city and changing the environment and living in like a feudal era. It's very cool for that sense. So we've actually like district out certain areas. What was it, like north of the town, I think? Let me open my map. Now we have to wait, because every time you open your map, everything freezes for the first time, because it has to download the new map. Okay. It's just like freezing up when I'm opening it right now. Let's just close that. So the north part of the city? Don't listen to me, guys. Listen to the heads of the construction groups and all that on what areas are district for what. But the opposite side of the gate is where people are going to be able to build houses out there. We're going to be upgrading the city. It's very cool. So if you guys have questions about what Life is Feudal is, go ahead and ask them in the chat. I will try to answer them best I can. I'm still learning myself. Yes, this is Digging Simulator 2017. It's actually a lot of fun, though. It's more a lot of fun because it's a game that doesn't... For me, and a lot of people are going to argue with this, For me, I like it because it bucks a lot of the trends of like instant gratification of when you play a game, it instantly says, you're really great, and here's a whole bunch of rewards. This, you actually have to sit and kind of work at, and it's monotonous. It can be mindless, but it's the people you play with. It's that sense of accomplishment as a group. Like, we've all built this. We terraformed this ground. We flattened it out. We put these walls up. We chopped those trees down. We farmed the territory, made the food, hunted the animals to be able to build this and to supply the city with what it needs to prosper, which is pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. There's a lot of things lacking that I hope they add. Gilder. Hello, Gilder. Let's see if I can wave at him.
I'm glad to welcome you.
Hello.
Hello.
If you're gonna ask questions, make sure you put the word question in brackets so I can't answer them. I'm just gonna be walking around. I love this like little center of town they've got set up with some resources. There's Harry. Wolfie. Hi, Wolfie.
Ready to serve. It is. I'm glad to welcome you.
And is just everybody hang out. Molov. I guess they're just waiting for more people to get in, so very cool, very cool. We got the industrial area where they're doing a lot of smelting and whatnot over on that side. We've got lumber over there. I don't know how much this costs. I backed it a long time ago. I actually met the guy who was developing it. It's a very small team. And super passionate. I was like, yes, I need to play this. I met him at E3. And so now I'm just enjoying like what they do with it. The things that I'm missing, well, we'll get into that later. We'll talk about like the things that I hope they add. Let's see what's going on over here. These must be some of the new members coming in. Excellent. Hey, guys.
Hello. Hail, I'm glad to welcome you.
All the new people coming in.
My honor.
And now that we've got all these people together, we can all work together to like flatten out areas so they'll be able to build their houses and get their farms up and start their beekeeping and their brewing and blacksmithing and carpentry and all that jazz. So very cool. Wow, there's a lot of people. Greetings.
Yep.
And a lot of them aren't staying. A lot of them are going to end up going back to, I think these are all the guys that are probably not staying, and they're probably going to go back to the southern city, which is totally legit. All right, questions. How's the combat system? The combat system's pretty cool. I'll go over to the dummy over here, and we'll do a couple of swings at it. So right now, I've got militia as a skill. Let me hit P. It's my skill list. I also have a head wound right now. That's why there's a skull there, because I've got a concussion, because Tex and me were training, and I missed the block with my shield, and I took a staff to the forehead, and it was bad. It was real bad. So here's one of our training dummies. It's kind of dark out. You know what? Let's see if I can. I don't have a torch on me right now. But the combat system works like this. Oops, I don't want to inspect the dummy, which has 5,000 durability left. You hit R to pull your weapons out. Let me actually equip my weapons, pull out my shield. Pull out my shield, there we go. And the direction that you move your mouse is the direction you swing. The distance you are to target matters. So if you've got a long pole, you'll be able to stab out farther than if you have a short sword. And then it is the direction the blow is coming from that you want to block from. So right now I'm holding right click. I have a really shitty shield. It's a tiny little practice shield. But if, say, there's a long swing coming in from a broadsword, if I block to the right as it's coming in, and that's the direction it's coming from, I'll actually block it. And you'll hear tink, and you'll be able to block. So there's archery, which I haven't really messed around with any of the range stuff, but yeah, there you go. And the way the system works is if you swing and you hit, or if you use a skill, that skill goes up. Now watch the bottom right-hand corner. If I swing at this, I gained swordsman. I gained 0.00275. It's a grindy game. It's a slow progress game. Look at all these people.
You made me laugh.
Holy crap. Pretty crazy. And all these huts, these are kind of like respawn points, is what the small hut is good for. And you could put like crates and stuff in it if you really want to. Like a party in the center of town right now. Like my respawn is over there somewhere. So it's cool. You can build bigger houses that'll hold more people, which is kind of neat. Have you been to the southern village? I have not. I haven't made the pilgrimage yet to the southern village. It is a ways. One of the cool things about how they're doing the MMO versus the normal game is that it's massive world size. But to upgrade your main city, if you want to go beyond a tier 1, as I understand it, I haven't messed around with this yet, you have to go to tier 2, you have to pay gold, like money. that you only get from trading with the main... Oh, it's raining. Hasn't rained all day. Now it's going to rain during the stream. You have to go and trade with the kingdom in the center of the map. It's like the NPC kingdom that you can actually rent houses in if you want to just live there, from what people have told me. Now, if you go down there and you trade, you get gold. You can bring that gold back, and that's how you support your city. So they're hoping, what it seems like, is to turn a full-on economy on, where you'll have trade carts going from like city to city and trading for goods, and then eventually they'll make it to the main city. They'll get gold or copper or silver, and then they'll bring those coins back to the rest of the world, and that's how the economy will kind of cycle. Bring items that are worth value to the main city in the center, and then bring them back. It's like a 2-hour trip, people have been telling me, to the south. A little shorter if you're willing to swim across this big-ass river that's in the way, but... I've missed so many of your streams lately due to time zone differences. So glad I could catch this. Well, George, I'm glad you could catch it. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the donation. Whole lot of questions to answer. Hopefully I can. I am not an expert by any means. I'm getting on as much as I can. I'm working on farming to do brewing, and I'm working on swordsman, sword and board combat. So I'm also working on, as you know, one of the leaders. I'm working on the mass combat system, which is pretty cool. A surprise stream on Friday evening? Well, this is just makes my week. 5 days overtime, capped off with an Armco stream. Keep up the great work, Shaq. Well, thank you, Robbie. Oh, Brian, one of the cool systems is if I hit this button right here, I'm not in a group. Shit. I need to bring somebody into the group. This is a bunch of the guys from the Southern Village. They must be heading back out. Or they're going out to get some work done. I think they brought a supply shipment up here to the northern city to help get us jump-started when we get all these new members coming in. They're switching over to it. I'm not in a group right now because I had to restart my game. I'll have to go invite somebody. Let me salute these guys. Godspeed. Carry on, gentlemen. Are you staying with us? Or they're heading out to do some digging and get some prep work done. There's actually a group of leaders, basically moderators, that are helping like organize and run stuff, get people moving. Do they need me to open this door? They probably do, because they're not technically in the group yet. There you go. There you go. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Back into town. Yeah, the groups are off doing their own thing, so they're probably going to be doing some terraforming, which we'll go out in a little bit and do. I can show that system. You're pretty overdressed for a Friday night at gaming. Overdressed? I'm wearing my jacket, my super comfy jacket, and that's it. Well, as much as you guys know. All right, let's go through some of these questions. How big and fleshed out is the NPC city? It's huge. I saw it during one of the alphas. And I haven't seen it since, so I don't know how much it's changed, but it was massive. And there's a bunch of buildings that you can rent out there if you want to just like live in that city. We'll go back over to the main gate. You know what we should do? Let's make a torch, because it's super dark out. The 3 hours of prep before the stream, it's a beautiful summer's day, because at the moment it is July 26th, and yes, there are seasons in this, which is pretty neat. I need to gather. Is there like a dirt spot I can gather from? I need a little bit of plant fibers just to make a quick torch. Is there a barracks in the works? Nothing so large at the moment. There's going to be bigger housing going in really soon. Everything was in preparation for tonight, which is bringing the two groups together and figuring out how many people want to live here versus live in the south. I will be living in the northern city. Really? Really? Who is that? Somebody's gonna get stabbed. Harry! To the stocks with that man. Couldn't help himself. Of course, I knew it was Harry. I knew it. It's always Harry. Okay, we need one more plant fiber. This is the crafting system, by the way. You gather up some stuff by right-clicking on the ground. You go to the crafting button here at the bottom of your backpack. This has got a very UO feel to it with the backpack. Ultima Online, by the way, is what I'm talking about, the old MMO. We're going to gather up a little bit more plant fiber, and we'll be able to make a torch so we can walk around and actually see what's going on. But there will be a barracks. We're going to get some of the bigger buildings going on. I know a lot of the new people that are coming up here are going to want to get those structures building. So it's all in the works. It's all in the works. Everything takes time. I mean, that's kind of the big draw for this. And we're also, and I like this idea, Blitz was talking about this, is taking our time with the construction and not just rushing to like the highest end stuff, but getting that feeling of progression as the city builds and like naturally forms, which is kind of cool. It's not something that you get to see in an MMO often or ever. Not since like Star Wars Galaxies, when we built our very first city, did we have this natural kind of building progression with getting the different city, like the city buildings, the cantina, or the pub in this case. Yeah, so it should be good. Should be good. How do we join Armitage? Head on over to the Discord. We've got multiple chats going. Once you're officially part of the Discord, they will direct you from there on how to get into the shindiggery. So, and the way that we're handling it is, if you're just coming into the northern city, then you'll start off as like an apprentice, and then as you work with the group and show that you're willing to actually work with the group, then you'll go from apprentice to full member of the main inner city, and I'll show how those mechanics work. So if I open this button right here, this darker green area is called the inner city, and then there's a line where that ends and it goes to a lighter green color, and that's off in the distance over there. And that's kind of like the outer city, and so that's going to be where all like the apprentice work is, and the outside of the city is kind of a build zone that's been designated certain areas for people who are joining up, which is kind of cool. Gives the sense of not only are you progressing skill-wise, but socially with the group as well. Hail Shaq, Lord of the North. Indeed, Dragon Lord. All right, so it's very theme, perfect on the theme, right? No NPCs, I believe, unless they changed it. I don't think there's actually any NPCs there unless there's, like, NPC traders? I don't know. I haven't been to the main city since the alpha, so. I mean, right now you can join just by getting on the Discord. You can get into the Life is Feudal chat, like text chat or voice chat, and they'll direct you on how to get over here. And then you just head on over to the city, and right now we're having the joining event. Though be warned, when playing this game, you will randomly spawn on the map somewhere, and it can take you anywhere between 20 minutes and a couple of hours to get here. So if you're getting here, I highly recommend talking to the building section and talk to them about getting yourself, I gotta eat some chicken real quick, because my green bar is getting low. Talk to them about getting a house going, because that's your respawn point if you die, and that way it'll make death not as big a deal. I'm just gonna open the gate real quick, and you can see all the people hanging out here. So many people. Very cool, very cool. Excuse myself. Hello, goodbye. Gotta shut the door now. I'm gonna go up here on the wall. You can shoot through these little battlements. That's why they're so nice. These eventually be replaced with stone once we get to that level of tech and that amount of resources that we need. Because we'd have to haul stone over here using the carts. There's horse-drawn carriages now. I haven't seen one in action yet, but I saw one parked at a local city. A lot of RPers too in this game, which I very much dig. I don't know where to get the cup from. Tabby bought it for me. I have no idea. I'll have to ask her though. She saw it on Critical Role, and that's why she bought it. When I join, Blitz wants me to record my adventure to him without using the map. Oh, good luck, Lucius. We'll be lost forever. Indeed. All right, so, man, I wish it wasn't raining in the middle of the night. It kind of sucks, because you'd be able to see the whole village in the daytime. You'd be able to see off into the trees in the distance, and it looks really nice, but of course it's raining and storming. And yes, my hair is fantastic. People are already doing a little bit of training over there. Oh, it's Harry. We'll walk over, talk a little bit about, like, so we got mostly plaster shacks, but they're gonna get upgraded very soon. If we walk up here, you can actually see where the blacksmiths have been working, getting their skills up, smelting down their ore into ingots, into metal bits, and they're able to make, like, well, there's the actual proper forge right there. I can't do any of this stuff. My character is a farmer and a swordsman, and he's working on the skill that I can't actually show you. Let me see. He's working on the mass combat system, so this stuff, the leadership skills, like yelling circle formation, which the audio is totally goofy for. I can't do it right now because I'm not in a group. But it'll bring a blue circle around me, and anybody within that circle who actually forms up around me, so anybody in the blue circle, will get a bonus of some kind, be it a better defense, a better attack with wedge formation, I believe, and then a better movement speed with circle. So we all move as this like tight formation. Wall, it makes a flat line out. We all line up next to each other, and they all get like a defense bonus. And then based on how high my skill is for using that ability, will be how big their defense bonus actually is. Pretty freaking cool. Check as a Scanlan mug? No, Scanlan mug is that massive tankard. This is more of a grog mug. Come on now. The city hidden in the mist. Indeed. Let's see. Molov, join me. I'm sending you an invite. Invite to unit. Oh, I want to use this thing. You gotta join me. There we go. So, the way it works, now that we've got him in here. So, circle formation. Oh, I gotta be in combat mode.
Arrange yourselves in a circle.
So there we go, circle formation. And then if I look up here, where is it? Accelerated. Your movement is 0.01 faster. It's not a lot, but my skill is crap. My skill is like 8.7 right now. I've been working on this for a good portion of the day too, so that's something you'll be working up for a long time. This is the beta, by the way, so it's not out yet. So all this stuff is gonna get wiped, is what I hear, in sometime early in the year. But we're gonna get as far as we can and kind of get a handle on the mechanics and how we want to start when it actually comes out. But very cool, very cool. Question: how's your day, Lord Shack? It was fantastic. I played Life is Feudal. I hung out with some guys. I did a little bit of farming work, which I will head out to the farms. Back to the farms. By the way, that circle's not gonna go away until I change formations, but nobody can see it. Oh, this must be a briefing for the, all right, we're gonna leave this so we don't have to look at that anymore. How do I leave a group? How do I kick people out of a group? I don't actually know. I can turn off the circle. Combat stance, turn off the circle. There we go. I missed how gold works. What is this place?
Honor.
If you look on the map when you get logged in, there's this huge circle-like city. It's pretty obvious on the map. The map actually updates based on who's built on it, so buildings will actually show up on the map. I think these guys are actually doing a bit of a brief, probably to get some work done. I don't know. I know the Swampies, Armitage Swampies, which is the southern city. They've deployed, or they delivered a bunch of resources for us, which was really nice of them, to help the transition for people who are joining up. But go to that city in the middle, and that's where you trade certain objects. Not everything can be traded there. Certain objects are worth coin from the crown, and then you can pay for the personal claims and the tier 2, I believe, claims. So, I'm gonna go out to the farms. Excuse me, spotted me. Oh, you can't push through. There's collision on individuals as well, which is pretty nice. Look at these guys. Digging the armor, liking it. Some of the guys down in the southern city have really rocked out their skills, so they can already like mine up iron and make proper armor. Well, low end iron armor. Battleborn, I like it. So they're probably on Discord right now doing a brief. A couple of people are working over here. Oh, I was gonna go out the door and I was gonna do a little bit of farming and show you some of the farm. You join on the Discord. Everything's through the Discord, so it slipped in my eye. If you want to join up, that's how you do it. You become part of the Discord community, and then go to the chats. I'm leaving safety of the walls, but we've already got a little bit of farm going on here. I don't know who planted these. A few crops are laid, and there's some rhyme or reason to how we're actually laying them. There are people wiser than me running a lot of the farms. I'm like the figurehead leader more than like the full-time boss of this place. Lord Shack. There you go. You can open the door. You're part of Armitage. Look at how many people, though. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We're gonna get so, we have so much manpower now. We'll be able to dig so many holes so quickly. It's gonna be fantastic. So the way that chat works right now, it's pretty limited and it's a little sad. You've got local chat, which you can type in here, which has been pretty limited. People in front of you. There are no text bubbles. I wish there were. Even though people are like, oh, that kind of takes me out of the world, I think it adds to it if they had text bubbles, because then you could see who's talking, and you don't have to always look down at your chat, and take it as an option to be turned on and off. Hello. That is formations.
It is my honor.
And I really like the RP so far from the other communities. And if we do, is it Shift H? Control H. Control H. I can turn that on. It's out. There we go. There we go. Are you on the US server? Yeah, I'm on the US server. Raising an army, having trade caravans running to the main city and back. I'm looking forward to trading with the other local towns. I'm really looking forward to, and setting up alliances and political intrigue. That's kind of the stuff that I hope crawls out of, you know, spawns out of this game. Since you've got people like claiming territories and mining resources. Are there NPC enemies? There are animals. So hunting is a career. So there are animals like wolves and bears. I know some people were talking about there was a bear that like rode into, there's our logo right there, that like wandered into one of the towns and started wrecking people. We had an issue with a wolf when we first started. But there's no like, as I'm aware, there's no barbarian NPCs or anything like that. I wish there were. I wish there was like dungeons to delve and it was a little bit more fantasy, but you know what? I like the community aspect of it, so that's what drives me. Yeah, we're live right now. This is the actual village. I just can't wait to see like the buildings spring up, to hear the blacksmiths pounding away on the anvils and everything, like a living city. Especially with, we're taking more of like an RP route, so it's try to get in character, you know, as you're walking around the city. If you have a certain job, dress appropriately for it. If you're part of the guard, you know, walk the streets, that kind of thing. I think that'd be really fun. Let's go see how Blitz is doing at the front. I've been digging holes and doing work all day, so if you're wondering why I'm just kind of roaming around, I'm chilling. It's chill time. What's the plan for the Wandering Wizards pub? Well, that depends on the lead architect. He'll probably designate an area that'll need to be cleared out. So we're gonna have to knock down all of these buildings that are in here. Designate the space for it, place down the foundation, get all the people working together to go out and find the lumber of the highest quality necessary to make it. Get the blacksmiths making things, get the windows produced, the doors produced for it, get the thatch if that's required, get the plaster if that's required, whatever else is needed to make it. And then have the carpenters, or the builders, the construction people, when we have a handful of them, get to working on it. They got to get their skills up too. So that's how the pub will be made. The FPS feels totally fine on my end. Who's that? I wouldn't know. I've got my UI off. Kiso. Kirkgard. Going outside. Gonna walk the line real quick. People who are joining up. Becoming citizens of Armitage.
Hello.
Some of the things that are limited, I'm gonna walk past here and I'm gonna take up position next to Blitz and his clerk. You gotta just like bend down and it looks like you're bowing. I like it. They put a carpenter's table up here so it looks like they've got a workbench so they can get everybody's names. What they're doing is they're getting everybody's name, they're getting everybody's Discord name right now, who is arriving for the event, and figuring out, well, what would you like to do? And then they point them in the direction of the person who would know more about like where the districting is for the city, and then they're off to go, you know, whatever. They want to work on building their house, they'll be sent off in the direction for that, because there's a lot of land that has to be flattened so we can place houses. It's crazy. So the things that are missing, unlike Life is Feudal Your Own, which was the original release of this game, this was like their test bed for the game, for the MMO, there was voice comms. In this, there is not yet. Hopefully they come soon, because it misses that function of like being able to walk up to somebody and say, you know, Mr. Blacksmith, can you fix my sword? And hand him your sword and say that all end game within a distance of the character you're talking to. Now, we only got Discord and local chat right now, and it's a pain in the ass. The other big thing that's missing at the moment is the ability to lock doors, like having a key and say, all right, this room in this six-room house, this is my room. You know, I've claimed this room. Lock the door, put the key in my pocket, and walk away. Can't do that. So we're having to work around that, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Check, are you going to train the younglings? If they want to learn about the creation of fine wine, then maybe. Or mead. And then I want to do some of the political stuff, so. Those are my big interests. And of course, leading men into combat. And using that mass combat system where I'm like, men, shield wall, and they form up, shield wall, ready for combat. Yeah, that's what I like. Marching a whole squad of troops into a friendly city would be amazing. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking forward to, but there are some limitations. There's no ships yet, so you can't like load up a ship and go on a trading run. It's all gonna be based on land, though they did just add recently horse-drawn carriages, so you can load up a carriage full of supplies and then head off to wherever you want to trade. Be it in the mountainous northern regions or down into the desert wastes in the south. Is there fishing and sailing? There is fishing. There is fishing.
Hello.
No teaching Magic Shack. It's the magic of brewing alcohol. That's my plan. I want to run a meadery. That's what I want. I want to run a meadery, and I want to have like, some type of leadership position, obviously, in the city. So, but we haven't gone with any official titles as of yet, other than like,
I'm glad to welcome
you know, the obvious people making this whole thing happen. So, are you the Emperor? I am shying away from that title, as of right now. I'm here to make sure that the city prospers. That is my job. Question. Hello, my lord. I have a simple question. What is it you think makes a good streamer? I stream for a Facebook page, but only have 70 viewers. Well, one, I wouldn't worry about streaming for a Facebook page. Mostly it's location is one thing, and then doing stuff that you love and doing things that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, nobody's gonna want to jump in on it. So, that's the biggest thing, I think. But what do I know? I'm a terrible streamer. Let's go back into the city now that the moon is out, I guess. We can kind of see what's going on. Look at all the lumber that players have cut down. Oh my goodness. And the trick is with lumber, not every piece of lumber is the same. Everything has a quality to it. So if we walk up to this, let me look at this softwood log. So somebody cut this tree down and hauled this all the way back to town. Now if we inspect it, let's see what it gives. Quality is 41, amount of wood 250. So this is one of the building logs, I guess. So what they were telling me is they are not interested in any trees out there, out of all those trees that are a quality of 50 or below, or at least at 50 is what they want. 50 or higher, because that's the only ones that'll get building logs, so we could build all of these walls. And so the walls took so long. We flattened so much ground, cut down so many trees. But teamwork, right? I'm getting just a little bit of frame rate shot, probably because I'm streaming while playing. Reminds me of Eve with all the player stuff, most of the economy. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. It does remind me of Eve as well. Numlock to auto walk, because the distances that you'll travel. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of frame rate drop. It's raining and I'm looking into the city, and I'm streaming, so. I'll be your pub bouncer. Sweet. Did you guys have something to do? Didn't your, like, section heads point you in the direction of building your own house? That's a big deal. It's like, if I was these guys, I'd be like, where am I gonna build my house? It's gonna have to be on the area that was designated, but there's a huge space out there. Get to work so I have a spawn point. So I walk over here. These are statues that people have built. Somebody decided to build this, which is the idol, Calente. Somebody built that outside my house. Lovely. Inside my house. I wonder if it rains inside. It doesn't.
You know what's going on?
I'm gonna burn my house down. I'm wearing a torch on my back. You think the whole house would go up in flames? My bark boxes. I have a bed. A window. Love the content. Have a coffee on me. Thank you. I'll turn the volume down just a little bit. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate the donation. Question. Could you run a trade shop out toward the main city on the road and be independent? I would think so. You would have to be really good at making deals with other players. So what I guess what your role would be, if you're trying to run like a trade post, then your role would probably be, I know there's like a trade post building too. Maybe you'd be the middleman though, like they would trade with you instead of going all the way to the city and then you would do the rest of it. Or you'd have caravans that comes to you to take it to the city, so literally the drop point. And then you'd give them gold for the resources that they give you, and then you take those resources to the town. I'm sure there's certain ways to work out the economy that way. For big guilds that don't want to go like all the way, or maybe guilds that just want to buy certain resources from you instead of having to go all the way, and they can't produce them themselves. You could potentially make a trade run. My question is, if you own a trade post, which is a building you can build in cities, is it like old Star Wars Galaxies or UO where you could actually put like an NPC vendor inside? And I don't know if this is how this works. And then sell objects for coin that way and make your coin through trade of like, okay, you can buy swords here. So if the player can't make a sword, he could buy one to protect himself against wolves as he's roaming the lands. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know how much that's fleshed out. Is building a toll bridge possible? I don't think building full bridges is implemented yet. Land bridges is possible. The question is, how would you do a toll bridge? I mean, you'd have to be on to run the bridge and open the gates and close the gates. And it'd have to be worthwhile. I'd say it's not, probably not. I could bet it would be possible. If the coin, like right now it's really hard to get coin because nobody's trading yet because the game hasn't been out long enough. So nobody's like got a lot of gold to be trading back and forth. So there's no like established economy. It's still being worked on. But if there was, potentially, yeah. Shaq, will you rule the town with mead? Yes. That's where the true power lies. Suns are coming up. Suns. The sun is coming up. Been playing Edge of the Empire too much. It's still raining though. Probably gonna be raining all day now. Figures. I bet I'm getting a little bit of frame rate because I'm streaming the drop and because there's so many players in town. Let's go to the south side of town and see if anybody is working on anything. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I assume it's one of the crafting guild meetings, or maybe it's the Swampies discussing what they want to do, where they want to go. Question, pay per month or no? It's optional, and you get certain benefits if you're a subscriber. So that's how they make their money. They also sell packs. At first I was like, they sell packs for like skill gain. But they're relatively cheap, and they only last for an hour. So it's a grindy game. It'll save a little bit of time, but it's not like, I don't think it's crazy amounts of time. So that's a thing.
Hail, I'm glad to welcome you.
They need to record some more audio lines. We got some wheelbarrows. And they finally updated these. When I first got in here, I was complaining so much because we were moving a lot of earth. We were digging a lot of holes, we were flattening a lot of ground, and earth is heavy, like dirt. Big ass piles of dirt are heavy. So why not use a wheelbarrow, right? This is a wheelbarrow. Well, finally they updated it so you can put dirt in a wheelbarrow, which is the most ridiculous thing. Like, that's what you do with a wheelbarrow. But now, if I take off, was it control? There we go. And whoa, freeze up. A little bit of server lag. Wheelbarrow. I was using this. Oh god, lots of server lag. Sweet babies, what's going on? There we go. And I can push my wheelbarrow. I was using this to move some fertile dirt, some fertile soil, so we could plant some crops outside the city, getting it ready for people. We want to get those crops growing because now we just like tripled or quadrupled the amount of mouths we've got to feed. So I'm hoping the hunters get out there and actually get some hunting done, bring back some food. But, yep. It's weird you can't turn the wheelbarrow. You can't turn, that's a different kind of cart. You can't turn the wheelbarrow and move at the same time. You have to like stop and turn. Let's put it back next to the other wheelbarrow. Turn on my UI again, because how you place an item down is you've got to like click and then it'll pop up and then you decide where you want to put it. And it can't be inside another object, but it's actually pretty forgiving. So you can like stack lumber and stuff on top of each other. Put that right there. Are you guys worried about bandits attacking trade routes in the future? Yes, we are. I mean, that's totally a thing, right? Players are going to play as bandits and barbarians and raiders, and they're going to want to grab those city resources. So we're going to need guards to walk along with the caravans, you know, holding their crossbows at the ready and their pikes and their swords and all that jazz. So we are going to need like full-on caravan guards. And what we were even thinking was, for fun, we stream a couple of those. Obviously, they're probably going to get attacked, right? Because if you're streaming it and you announce it to the world, but that would be part of the fun. Let's do it. Let's get into a fight. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. There was even a plot for a little while to assassinate me during this stream, but we talked about it after the word was out. It's like, this is the stream to bring people together, so that should probably be a thing. This is a stream to bring the two groups together. And the one scary thing was I was worried players would jump in and try to defend me if that happened. If I die, I spawn in the city. I may lose some skill, but it's not horrific. If a player dies who just got here, they could end up 3-4 hours away on the other side of the continent. That would suck. That would be terrible for the player. So, kind of a thing. Kind of a thing. Close the gates. He just closed the gates on his face. Oh, man. If you were building a giant citadel, how would you do it? So the building in this isn't Minecraft or Ark style. They're pre-built structures, right? They already have a pre-built design to them. I wish it was a little more kind of Ark style, but it means that cities don't look completely ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever played those kind of building games. So you get buildings like this. Let me turn off my UI. You know, we didn't design this shitty hovel. We built this as a single block, and it takes a certain amount of space, kind of like how UO used to be back in the day, where you'd have a deed and you just place it. A builder comes over and he says, okay, what kind of house do you want? All right, this area has been green-lit by the leadership of the city, so I'll go ahead and I'll put the frame down. Frame is down. Now players will pile in the resources onto the frame, builder comes back, or another builder comes around and says, okay, you've got enough resources in there, he's got the skills to build it, boom, 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 hits it with a hammer a few times, building pops up. And that's how it works. So that's how you build it. So if a citadel, like a church, I think there already is one in the game. I could be wrong. But we build it just like we built this. It'd just take a lot more resources and a lot more teamwork to get those resources together. Shaq, you missed my first donation a while ago. Oh, I apologize. Probably because my list of those kinds of things is not open. Andrew, hey, Shaq, any chance of taking a look at the Fallout mod for Tabletop Simulator? Fallout mod? Oh, yeah, the Fallout, like, D&D style tabletop. I would totally play that, but I'd have to be somebody who's willing to GM. So, little off topic. Anyways. The Schwampy send its regards. The Schwamp. I asked one of our moderators, why'd you guys call it the Schwamp? Like, why did you decide to go to the swamp and build a city there? And the response was, Shrek memes. Huh. Ridiculous, right? All right. I'm going to go outside the city. I'm going to look at the area that we've designated building for civilian use, for residential use, excuse me. Good luck to all of those new players that are making their way to the village. All I can say is good luck. We talked about it would be cool. Close this. There's even more people out here. It would be cool if we had like outposts that players could go to, and then like every week or so we'd go there and like collect the players and then march back with a bunch of guards to get the new members of the city back here. I don't know whether that's gonna happen or not. Yes, these are cobblestone roads. Somebody went ahead and put these down around this guy's village, or this guy's house. Whoever this is, he's gone ham building out this house. He's got chicken coops. He's all kinds of set up here. I really actually dig the decoration. This level of detail. But I think this, and if you're watching this, listen to the leadership that's on the deck right now. Ask them where you should build your house. Don't listen to me on the stream right now. It looks like there's a few plants out here, trees that people are growing. Excellent. You got to regrow those trees. But I know this area back here, I can't climb up here. We're going to have to build a road. I believe is where a lot of the new buildings are going to go for a lot of the new players. So I was wondering if we already had dig teams out here, or if they're still busy chatting about the future of Armitage. Because this is all within our boundary, right? Yeah, all the green area is within our boundary, and this boundary will grow as we go up in tiers. But it's going to take teamwork to do, so. Very cool. Shaq, is the game worth it? Depends on who you are. It's super grindy. I love it, but I think it might be more that it's a chance to play with the community in a really fun way. I love it because I love the sandbox elements of it, but my God, is it grindy. If you're not ready for a super grindy game, you may not like it. So it's to each his own on this one. It's also the beta, so it's not out yet. So you may want to wait until it fully comes out to buy it, just because, you know, all your progress is going to get wiped at some point. Kind of a thing. But is there farming in this? Oh God, yeah. I'm just kind of roaming around the city right now, chatting with you guys. There's farming. We got some farms set up over there. I'm actually a farmer. Not a particularly good one. I think I've got like 40 farming. Helps turn my UI on if we're actually going to look at skills. I still have a concussion. How long is that going to last? Another hour. Thanks, Tex. Thanks. No, this isn't Tex. Tex is one already healed. This is from Blitz, because he missed the attack dummy with his two-handed practice sword and hit me in the face. He's not nice people. I gotta work on my alignment. Let's see. I was looking at skills. So, right then. Yeah, my farming's 34. The way the skills work are, you've got your base skills. So you've got your artisan, which would be all of like your crafting stuff. You've got your nature lore, which is going to go into farming and forestry and brewing eventually, and cooking, herbalism, healing, and alchemy is under there. But how it works, and then there's hunting. So hunting and trapping and having cows and chickens and stuff, and eventually horse training and tailoring, which is really weird to me. The tailoring is at the end of the hunting tree. It's like, I want to make tresses, so I'm going to go kill animals in the forest. That's literally how that tree works. But anyways, it works like this. You have to have 30 in the skill before you can start training the skill ahead of it. So I had to have 30 in nature's lore to start training farming. To get farming over 30, I had to have 60 in nature's lore. And it continues like that. So if I want to have advanced farming, I can now start training that because I'm over 30 in normal farming. It's a weird system, takes a little while to wrap your head around, but it's not too bad. Then there's the combat skills, there's a whole bunch of them. I'm going down the footman tree, I'm going down the command tree, which is somewhere in this massive. There's horse riding as a skill. That concussion, ouch. Would it be possible to create a Witcher-like monster hunter? Well, there's no monsters. It's medieval times. Life is feudal, medieval times, no actual monsters. It's not that kind of fantasy game. It's much more of like a medieval simulation. So the worst monsters are people, barbarians, pirates, brigands, bandits, banditos, highwaymen. I'm running out. I'm out. That's all I got. Sheepy McSheepface. How high is your farming skill? It's pretty crap. It's only 30. But my swordsmanship, not my swordsmanship, my militia's like 50. It's not militia. What's the skill called? Footman. My footman skill's at 50. So, working on it. Questions. Would it be possible? Oh, I already asked that one. I think this is going to end up being civilian housing, I think. Not civilian, but residential, like open housing. And then it's all going to get replaced with better houses. Is the MMO living up to the original game? Oh, yeah. I mean, it basically is the original game. I mean, it has... I think it has all the features plus some already. So, you know, that's a thing. And the world space is massive. They've broken it up into many different servers, so that's how it's able to run with so many players. But I think that's pretty neat, too. Now, how well does it run in like a mass combat scenario where you've got siege trebuchets firing? I don't know. I'm curious and hesitant at the same time. Hey, Mac. Mac the tailor. Sweet tats. It's a damn good looking game though, especially for how large it is and how small a team is working on it. You can be a witch hunter and run around accusing people for the Inquisition. Dark side. Who said that? Ryan Finder. Boop. I think this is like our gateman right now, opening the gates, because people who aren't in the group, in the guild proper, can't open the gates. So. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do some of the praying. So, if you raise your alignment, praise the gods. You'll actually, I failed at praying. I didn't pray hard enough. You'll raise up your alignment, and that makes it so you don't lose so many skill points if you die. 'Cause death actually matters. Death makes a difference in this. So you gotta be careful of not dying. More so, that sounds so stupid. You have to be careful of not dying. More so than in most MMOs, where death is kind of an inconvenience. In this, you can lose quite a bit of progress for skills. But if you have a high alignment, which my alignment is like 1 right now, because I've been doing the pray move. Then you'll probably lose a lot. I'm not sure what the skill drop is. Who dis? Maxon. Molov. Jesus, Molov, are you throwing rocks at people? Tex was over here earlier today, throwing rocks at that target. And I don't know who decided to put the training dummy, like, in the main walkway, but I kept walking through here with the wheelbarrow and, like, rocks flying over my head. And that is not how I got the concussion, though. I did that like 20 times today. Can you build traps where they work on players? You can do hunting and put down snares. You can't put traps down. Not that I'm aware of. It's legit. Can I try it again? My piety skills. Crap. Did I do it? Your alignment has increased by 0.56. You can only do that once a day. So that's a long-term goal. Like everything in this freaking game. Sick your shit, Harry. I don't have my shield. Crap. Hey, hang on. I'll get my shield out. I can show how blocking works. Oh, he can't hear me because it's like a 30-second delay. You can block with a weapon, but I've never managed to really do it. I hit him. Like you hit the block button, but I've never been able to really block for it. So hang on a second. Hey, let me get my shield out. I want to show how combat works with the shield. The shield's legit. I'm like, can you not jump with a weapon? Piss off. There we go. Is he stabbing me with his knife? He's totally stabbing me with his knife. All right. Let's see. Shield, equip. Put it on the right side. Didn't put it on the right side. I've found that you have to put the shield on your right-hand back slot, or you can't equip it, which is really strange. Or maybe I'm just bugged. Where's my sword? Do I have it out? I don't have my sword out. Draw thy sword. All right, there he is. Where'd he go? Where'd you go? Hey, hit me. Harry. All right, let's see. So if I... Oh, I've got my mouse stuck up. All right, go for it. Oh, he got me. I think it's because he got past the shield. You got to actually angle the shield where the shield is going to be, not where, like... It's not about timing so much as you're way too close. Oh, he's got a knife, that's why. He's got to be within, like, 2 feet of me. But you can imagine having, like, a gladiatorial fight. Oh, he stabbed me in the throat. There, I just blocked it again. You can hear it dunk. It's like getting me in the ribs because I'm not aiming down and to the left. There we go. Ah, oh, come on. I totally missed that. Now I strike back. All right, my skill, actually my health is getting low, so I gotta put it away. All right, Harry. My hard health is getting too low for this because I've been messing around too much today. And I'm like bloody on the side of my face. And you're exhausted. Damn it, the block. Harry, stop. I don't think he's watching the stream. Shit, he's gonna kill me. Fuck. Don't you kill me. I don't want to die. Ah, run away. There we go. So, now I'm wounded. Now, this is the kind of the cool thing about how the health works. So, I've actually got 2 health bars. I've got a hard health and a light health. The savior, the single... Let's see. I actually got this. Amos, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Save the sealed cup of carrying coffee. This will afford you, Shaq. Appreciate the donation. That's good coffee. All right. So I've got 2 health bars. I've got a hard and a soft. Now the soft one is like damage in the moment, and then the other one takes longer to heal, where you actually have to rest, make sure you're eating well. I think if you lay down in a decent bed, like bed rest will help you heal from like serious wounds. And then having a doctor help you out. Because I know, what was it? Averson, Avizern took a hit to the head and he was like profusely bleeding from it for a while. And because we didn't have a doctor on hand or a medical person, it just kept causing problems for him, which was pretty crazy. So, okay, let me get some food. Do I have any more chicken left? I don't, yeah, I got some roots, just eat those. Keep my health up there. It should regenerate, and if I rest, it should go up a little bit faster. I don't think my crappy hovel will help. I could be wrong, though. Let's go with my hovel and see if I can get some health back. Next time, don't hit me with a sword. Psh, I can take you. All right, let's go. We're gonna rest a little bit and see if that brings back the health just a little bit faster. So 78:15 is where we're at. 78:15. Also looking something up real quick. Nope. Okay, so we're not getting any health a little bit faster. I thought we would. I think it's because it's a hovel instead of like a proper bed. But let's see. All right. Well, we'll give it time. I need a doctor. I need a doctor to get healed up. When the game comes out, I would like to be a trader. See, that's the thing that pops into my head too. I wonder where they're heading off to. Is that I'd love to have a sailboat and trade stuff from like the Armitage Empire's main port off to some other port somewhere in the world. Like that would be amazing. And they just got horse-drawn carriages, so that's kind of part of it. That ability to follow these guys, to trade resources back and forth, and to have certain cities be particularly good at making certain things, like regional resources. I'll close it. Oh.
Hail! I'm glad to welcome.
We got somebody from a different group who was brought food,
My honor.
vegetable soup. Oh, thank you.
By the grace of God. It is my honor.
Part of the bit of fun in this is like the political side of things. Hello. So getting to know the other people, the other groups around us that are building their cities up, finding out about the local roving band of bandits that there's a certain one around here, and I won't say the name, but they've caused some issue for some of the other cities, and we've been warned about them. We've seen them a few times. I think they've even attacked a couple of our members. So like that kind of sandboxy element to it's pretty fun. Mac has got this. I will go ahead and
It is my honor.
take my leave. Just take my leave, excuse me. Those doors, they shut closed. They shut fast. People were complaining like, oh, the doors are so unrealistic. They shut too quick. It's like, yeah, but if there's a bunch of people trying to get into your city, that's the only way to stop them. The East Armitage Trading Company. I like it, Lucius. Awesome. So anyways, tonight's stream was literally just, let's walk around town. Let's get a visual record of what the city looks like thus far. And then let's come back to it in another week or 2 weeks, and let's see what it looks like. There wasn't really any particular thing that I wanted to do tonight, except for chill out with you guys. Explore the city, talk about the game, talk about my big hopes for the game. It definitely has that, like, a little bit of that that early Archery feel during the alpha, where we really enjoyed it before it got all really shitty from microtransactions and shenanigans. So, hello. I hope the city becomes this like thriving place where the community jumps on and hangs out, and it feels like a real city. How cool would that be? Look at all the lumber. Everybody figuring out what they're doing. Any way to be in a guild without it showing up on the UI? I would really want to be a spy. Any way to be in a guild without it showing up on the UI? No, not really. It's kind of like those Eve mechanics, right? Where like they say spying is just part of the game, and I guess that's a thing. The problem that I have with this is that the admin controls just aren't that great. The ability to like lock stuff is lacking. That needs a little work. Because I would love for players to feel like they own their own space in the city, right? Like you've got your own room at the inn that you've rented out, and as long as you bring the owner of the inn 20 chickens a week, which if you're a hunter, that's legitimate, then you can continue to rent out that one room. Like that's what I want. And that room can be locked, and you can use that room, and only you can get in that room, like you and the owner. And you can store your stuff in there, and nobody can steal it. Like that's what I want to see. Players going to me and saying, you know, I've helped out with the group quite a bit, and I would love to build a house on top of the hill in the so-and-so district. And I'm like, well, that's fantastic. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll put in the order with our builders, and we'll get the construction people working on it right away. As long as you continue to pay your taxes for the city, which could be whatever your skill is what you donate to the group. So you're a master miner, and you know how to find the best ore veins, then as long as you continue to do what you do, you get a place in the city. Like, that's the kind of thing I want to see. But it requires that control and players to feel like they own this piece of the city. They control what's in this one room or this building or this warehouse and can decorate it to their heart's content. That's what I would love to see the game kind of turn into. And then, of course, we have to defend the city from hostile armies that march on us. That could be fun, too. You know, building up the battlements. Preparing the siege engines, getting the cavalry ready and the town guard. Question, cannibalism, yes or no? No, I don't think you can. I hope not. I mean, I guess if you're going for that real, like, messed up raiding party, then maybe. Fog Battleship Warspite, thank you for the donation. Says, hey, Shaq. What have I missed so far? By the way, keep up the great videos. Well, it's a little bit of a tour. A bit of the joining vent, combining the two cities into one large empire is a thing. You've probably seen lots of people running about the city so far in its current state. We've gotten the walls
I'm
up
glad to welcome you.
over the last week. Nice hat.
Hail, I'm glad to welcome you. It is my honor. It is my honor. You know what's going on?
Solus, thank you so much for the donation. Hey, Shaq, first time donating through this. Go sit in a house or bed. You heal fine, sir. Enjoy the coffee. Is that... see, I just tried that. Maybe I have to interact with the building. Let's go back over to my house. We don't need the UI for this. Now that the city is finally... the sun's finally come up. We've already got hobos in our town. Excellent. Now we know we're doing it right. Now it's a living city. So we know which one, our house, my house is the one with the statue outside of it that somebody built. All right. Now, do I need to interact with the building? I don't think so. Lift object? I can actually pick this up? No. And then just rest. So we'll do the rest action. Fully health. Plenty of health. And we'll see if it changes. Maybe it just takes a minute. Question, can there be noble families in this city? I play another game where we have 4 other noble families that form a council for the kingdom. I had this idea, and I don't know. I don't rule with an iron fist as much as some people think. I talk to the moderators, because they're on more than I am. Because I just don't have the time to be on all the time. There's just no way I could possibly. So, but I had this idea that you have personal claims, so people who are like really influential with the group, who take on leadership roles, who work hard to make sure things run smoothly, and to keep people having fun and keeping it a welcoming environment. Those people, in my opinion, deserve to be recognized for that, right? Now, this would probably be something more in line with the full release, but they have something called a personal claim, and it allows them to control a small square. And they can do that inside of a city, I believe. And it would be cool to like say, okay, because of your help, you are now a noble family, and you can have a personal square, a personal space, and you can build in that space, that personal claim inside the city. You can put a house on it, and that is your space. And you have to, though, pay the taxes on that, because having a personal claim costs actual coin, meaning you have to trade with the main city, meaning you're going to have to figure out how the economics of that work. Do you pay the traders inside Armitage to go all the way over to the capital and trade your goods that you have made because you're a nobleman? Like, there's a whole idea there that could be really cool with having noble houses that own pieces of city property. And of course, if you betray the city, then we go and we kill you, and we keep you from coming back in the city, and then your claim goes because you've betrayed the crown. You betrayed Armitage, and so we will send you to the stockades, or worse. Indeed. All right, so a couple more donations. Let's see. KG, thank you so much for the $5. Hey, Shaq. I'm starting to heal. It's just really slow. That's why you need a good medic. Hey, Shaq, I just bought this game a few days ago. Can I join the group? Of course you can. Head on over to the Discord. How do I get my square, Lucius says. I'm not saying that's a thing we are going to do. I just thought it was kind of a cool concept. But we have to discuss. All right, I don't want to sit in this room this whole time, so we're going to get out of here. I need some proper armor. That's what I need. I need, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go leather or plate. I think plate. Just because of my role. It's something a bit heavier. Friar. All right, so there was a big group working out this way. So one of the things that's going on right now, I'm not sure if they've started it yet, was this was going to be the production area up here for the new players that are coming in. The apprenticing area. Because if you look, if I hit F4, that's the proper city inside the green. This is going to expand. But for now, I think this area was going to be the apprentice area. So, or maybe it was over here. No, it was over here. They moved it. That's why we got the furnaces. So that was going to get built up by the people who wanted to be blacksmiths and whatnot. So let's go see if anybody started digging holes. Who's this? Actually, let's go see how Blitz is doing. Oh, then getting all the new people in is gone. Ugh. Walk outside the city before closing the doors. Funny how that works.
You know what's going on? Maybe it's another girl.
Freaky Gesture, holy crap, thank you so much for the $100 donation. Morning from Sydney. Got some coffee in my Armco cup. Have a cup on me, and thanks for streaming in my time zone. I was drinking out of my Armco cup this morning. Product placement, and because they're awesome, we do have these up on the store. And so XP Gamers has its own store, and we got these sweet ones, and they've got like a cool spaceship on them. This is the fancy version, and there's a normal Armco cup with the normal sail and Neon Storm. Hello. Welcome. I wish I could talk in local. A couple more members.
Hail, I'm glad to welcome you.
People are still coming in through the trees. It's a long journey out here. Where does the road lead? At the moment, I don't know where the road just kind of dead ends, I believe. But we were actually talking about it today. Some of the members were talking about how they want to make a road that goes all the way down to the other city. It's like 25 minutes away from here. That's how big the map is. And it's not very far across the totality of the map. But they were talking about making a cobblestone road because you actually run faster on cobblestone than you do on grass. And it's easier to move carts. And so to be able to move supplies back and forth, that's something they've talked about. Go hang out with the guys here. I guess I don't need my torch anymore. I feel like a weirdo. I like the sound of that. I'm like, oh, bloody. You think the rain would wash it off? So they're on Discord right now, like, doing the whole RP thing and bringing people in. It's like, what is your job? What is your profession, or what profession do you wish to have inside the city of Armitage? And they'll say, I'd like to be a miner, sir, or I'd like to be a blacksmith. Well, you'll have to be a miner first if you've never blacksmithed before. You know, here's the things that the guilds are, that the city is currently in need of. And it's up to the players what they want to do. We don't tell them where to go, or what to do, other than to give them an idea of like how the city is set up. Kind of cool. Really looking forward to seeing how big the city can get too. We had F4, you know, that's the limit right there of our boundary. But we're only a tier 1, and they get much bigger. We need to get to tier 2 quick though, so we can make this even bigger, so people have more space. Why does the game look so choppy? It's probably just the stream, because it's not choppy for me. I'm playing it at 60 FPS without issue. It's just most likely the stream. Especially for how grainy the graphics are in this. It's going to look real bad on YouTube compared to how it actually looks in game. If you've ever watched a stream of Skyrim, is a little terrible. It's just the style of the graphics. Stream compression doesn't do it justice, and it kind of wrecks it. So. Do the swampies ask, what the hell are you doing in my swamp? Well, they said something about having defenses that were like onions. Layers. So, that's a thing. Let's see. What graphics card is good for this game? No idea. You'd have to look at the settings at what's recommended. Do you think there will be graves or an undertaker? This came up, actually, hilariously enough. This actually, let's keep the door shut, guys. This actually came up, and I'm down with having a graveyard in the city. So as like people have notable deaths, not just like I randomly died to a wolf, but like I died defending the city against barbarians that tried to push through, or I died saving the emperor. Then we have like a gravesite, and we put like a mound of dirt, which we did in that one video, but back in the olden days. I think it'd be really cool. Like the graveyard in EVE Online that players used to run. The battlements. You can build keeps and stuff too. Yeah. I wonder how many people they've entered in so far. And how many people are currently running from halfway across the map. The noble families work on most MMO games. Thank God. Without order, there is no law. Without law, there is no peace. Without peace, there is no war. There is war now. The blood, dirt, and death battlefield. Well, that's gonna eventually be a thing too. It's just inevitable. It happens. Hey Shaq, you should add headphones to your shop. Bluetooth wired 5-volt. Oh, have Bluetooth headphones. Yeah, I don't know. The shop that we have right now, I like it, but I feel like it lacks a lot of the things that people want on it and the things that I want, because I'd love to have like some Armco headphones. That would be legit. I also want to get a. There's a few other things the community has talked about in Discord. So, my food. Have some coffee on me. Do you prefer roast? I work at a coffee shop and may have some spare beans lying around. I'm down for whatever. I love coffee. So that guy up there is actually probably working on his farming right now, or he's building some primitive tools. I guess I could show that system. I did a little bit. Let's go on and walk out there. I've been working on shit half the day. Like, nothing compared to what the modding team has, but the moderators. Excuse me. Coming out here to do a little work. Be so kind. Shut this.
You make me laugh.
And let's see, what am I missing? So the way you build tools when you first get into this, you're probably gonna get really confused. Look down at the ground and right click, and you'll be able to gather things. You're gonna wanna gather some plant fibers, which we'll click and we'll go ahead and gather up. This is to build basic tools. How to get started from zero, from having nothing. All right, so I gained a couple of plant fibers. We don't need to go too crazy. This will also get your skill up in nature's lore, which is needed for farming. You can right click, go to gather. You can gather up some flint stone. This is going to be the rocks that you use to make shovels and axes and all that jazz. And then eventually you're gonna wanna pick up some sticks. You're gonna need some sticks. So we walk over to a tree. A lot of this has been deforested because we've been building up the city, so we cut down most of these trees. Hopefully they regrow soon. We can go over here, gather, branch, grab a couple of branches. That'll be the handle of the tool you're making. Construct by going into your inventory with I, and then here's all the primitive tools that you can make. Now, obviously, there are way better tools than this. As the blacksmiths get underway, they get their forges going, and the miners get to work mining all that iron. We'll get much better tools. But for right now, if you're just starting out, or if you end up spawning on the other side of the map, you may want to build, make yourself some tools like an axe, maybe a fishing pole if you want to do a little bit of fishing. It's actually really easy to make. Primitive saw if you're building a house. You're gonna need a hammer if you're gonna build a house, because that's how you actually make the house. Cooking pot. But that's how you do it. And then you get your tools, equip them, and then you can do stuff like this guy's doing. He's got a sickle out. Watch him stop. He's got a sickle out, and he's going to town. Probably collecting edible. I hear a cart. Oh. You wanted to trade with me? Guess not. What do you got? He's been doing some fishing.
By the grace of God. It is my honor.
What happened to the Rebel campaign in X3? It broke. Or no, it didn't break. We were waiting for the big update, which Sunday, X3 Albion Prelude version 0.9.9 is the next update. And it's coming out Sunday, so looks like Harry's heading out to collect some stuff. We need horse-drawn carriages so bad. Horse-drawn carts. I would like to join, sir. I love they brought a table out here for this. It's so good. What jobs do you need for the town? I have no idea at this point because they brought in so many people today, since today was the big opening of the city to get people to join up. I don't know what we need at all. I know we always need people finding like mines and gathering resources. I know the city's going to need food because we've got so many people living here now. We're gonna need anything edible, be it farms or fishing or hunting. And there are, thank you, sir. He's like running the gates. He is running the gates. I love it. We're gonna need town guards at some point. We're gonna need a militia and a military. But as for like supplies and building up, those are the things. I think the jobs that are gonna be a little bit harder to come by at the moment are gonna be construction, because it's a hard skill to level up and you don't need that many people with it, I don't believe. And maybe blacksmithing. I'm kind of talking out of my ass with this one though, because I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. We have to get like the numbers and see what everybody wanted to be. And if we have like 5,000 hunters, we're not gonna need any more damn hunters. All right. Don't spend all those fish I gave you in one place. Indeed, Justin. Thank you so much for the donation and the fish, which my cooking skill is terrible. So I'm gonna take the fish over here and put them next to the cooking pot so somebody can cook those up with skill better than mine or looking to upgrade their cooking. So we'll look into the inventory of this. Oh, one of the things, and I love this, and a lot of people don't realize it when they first start out. So C is to go first person, third person. If you walk up to a crate, or if you walk up to anything you're gonna use a lot of, right? Like a skill. Say I use a lot of gathering. I always want to gather plant fiber, just like that thing I do. Any menu that you can right click on, go to the thing you want to do, and then if you left click it, like gather plant fiber. All right, so I'm going to immediately start doing it, but, okay, maybe I clicked the wrong thing. Stop doing that. It's right click. Gather plant fiber, right click it, and it changes your default. You can do that for everything. So when you first get into the game, it's going to have you defaulted to inspect object. So you'll walk up to a crate and you'll be like, I want to look inside this box. And when you click it, instead of opening it, which is what you'd think would happen, you're going to inspect it, and it's going to tell you the details, like how much health the crate has and how much the damage resistance is. Like, you don't care about it. It's a crate. Every time I look at a crate, I want to look in the inventory. I want to open it. Boom. There you go. One of the ones that's really weird is when you look at structures, it'll default to destroy instead of like anything else other than destroy the building. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why that was their default, but that's a thing.
You really know how to entertain people, don't you?
By walking around the city?
Hell yeah.
I'm walking around the city for like the last hour. That's all I've planned on doing. How was the event?
No. Oh, we got some nice recruits in. We got a lot of recruits in, about 20 odd people, 20 to 30 people according to the lists.
Fantastic. You know there's a bunch still walking over here too.
Oh, is there? Oh, dear God.
Fezpop, thank you so much for the $50 donation. Hey, Shaq, love your content. Question, can you play this as a ranger with only loose ties to a settlement? Blitz, would you like to answer that now that you've met everybody coming in?
So, as a ranger class, I'm assuming by a ranger class he needs an archer of a type, maybe a scout or some sorts like that.
Yeah, like a woodsman kind of character.
Yeah, so you could probably you could go like no guild and just go from guild to guild, town to town, hunt around, trade any furs with the guild, and live a life like that if you so wish. Live out in the mountains with your personal claim. I think that's a hell of a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like an interesting way to play. You could still be like part of the guild and not live in the city and have your own claim out in the middle of nowhere, and then you could just be like a scout. And like you said, bring your furs to the city, and we'll probably get, once the economy gets off, we can give you a couple of coin for it because we know what the value of it is. We don't know what it is now, so we won't be able to give you anything but maybe some like fried chicken. Who knows?
Fried chicken?
I don't know. It's the carrot economy, man. I'm gonna start trading carrots for everything again.
Oh no, not that again. We're not going through that again. No, not that.
Yep. Carrot economy. It's got to be a thing. It's gonna be great. Where are you at right now? You still outside?
No, I just finished up outside. Just brought the table back in.
Okay.
I'll just come back into the center of town. Oh, there you are. Oh, there you are.
Hola.
I have a better beard than you. Just saying.
No, my beard is pretty epic, all right? My beard is blood covered. Don't mess with my beard.
That's true. You are kind of getting bludgeoned to the face right now.
A bit.
No, we've got some very nice new recruits, and hopefully this will help things progress. Hopefully everyone will get settled in. We'll start on the new housing area, and
yeah, what's going on with that right now? Are they breaking up into stuff that they want to do right now, or the other leaders taking over? And
leaders have taken over, and they're assigning them tasks to their role, to whatever role they want to do.
Let's go see if anybody's working on the housing area or the farming area. I'm curious.
I'm not sure whether Jack would work on the industry area first, like the area where the apprentices could start out.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it is.
I'll catch up to you.
It is my honor.
Because I know like this area has already been flattened. We got a couple of the farms up and operational.
Hail, I'm glad to welcome you.
People being welcomed in.
Do you know whose house this is? Because this is probably the most like set up place.
I believe this is Ashel's, I believe. Ashman of the South.
Ashman of the South, I like it.
He's the Ashman of the South because he spawned in the south near the volcano.
Nice. Got some trees growing up here.
People working around here? There's a couple of people.
Yeah, a couple of people are starting to flatten this out. I know there was talk about building a road around the city. I don't know if that was confirmed or not by the building crew.
Yes, eventually, yeah, we will be building a road south to our other village to the south.
Oh yeah, I talked about that a little bit on the stream, but no, I meant like right around here. Because if we start building the buildings around it, just like clear a walking way. I don't know if that was decided on by the city planners.
City planners. That's all it is. Just they've started there. No, they've started.
Oh, they have started. Look at that. Look at the flattening. Oh man, there's so much digging that's gonna have to happen. Welcome to Life is Feudal, guys. This right here, this is gonna be so much of your time digging a hole. And everybody's gonna be doing it because this whole area is gonna have to be flattened out so they can get like a tiered. Though the houses will look pretty cool because they'll be able to see into the city from up here.
They will, won't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get like a whole view of the city from up here, and we'll get the gate installed.
See, they'll have prime real estate.
Yeah. This used to none of this was flat, by the way, guys. Like we were out here about maybe an hour ago, and you know it was just slanted territory.
Slanted mess.
This hot slanted mess. And now they're flattening it out, getting it flat. So they put some houses down. Let's see. Guards like text. I guess somebody got wrecked. In chat, they were like, they walked up to the city and 7 of the guards killed them.
Wow, what city was that?
I don't know.
Wow,
it wasn't ours. We don't attack
city.
on sight unless you are obviously hostile and we know who you are.
No, we throw eggs at you first and then attack you.
Then we do. Any word on what's going on with this side?
This will be the industry side where the apprentices will be able to work. I believe that is next on the list. It's just allowing an area for apprentices to set up and work.
Yeah.
That,
there's plenty of building space over here too. I didn't realize how far the city border came out this way. I just remember us flattening all this land for the walls. Ugh.
Oh, the fun we had.
Yeah, that's the word we'll go with.
Yeah, fun. Quote unquote. Quote unquote fun.
Oh man.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, did you tell the stream about they're releasing the MMO to Steam in early 2018?
I did not. That's confirmed?
Yeah, that's definitely confirmed in their announcements on their own Discord, on Life is Feudal Discord. I'll send you the development news actually. You can have a read for yourself later.
I thought there was a patch today. I heard they changed some of the hunting mechanics, made them a little bit more complex and interesting.
Yes, apparently that's quite interesting, according to some of our hunters.
Yeah. As far as this goes out, we're outside the claim now. Just checking.
How far does the claim go now? Yeah, so we've got plenty of area for our industry people to start working at least.
Oh yeah. GG! GG, my good man, just became a sponsor. Hey man, thanks so much. What are the guys over in Discord? Now you're all green and fancy.
All green and fancy. And those special emotes.
Yeah, fancy emotes. So we gotta get some trade runs going, because I want to get this city that's tier 2. I'd love to see how far it expands.
I believe it's double.
Holy shit, really?
I believe so. I've got to double check that, but I'm
Let's
pretty
let's
sure.
go up the hill. Let's go up the hill real quick, and we can get a better look at the
Yeah,
the
right.
city
Let's go.
proper. Let me get up next to you. I'm a little bit slower than you because I think I'm carrying a bunch of crap on me.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
I say that, and then you're like walking around with a crucible on you. You've got a shovel on your back, a two-handed sword, and like an axe.
Makes complete sense.
Oh man. But just froze up.
It's been a little bit laggy today on the servers, but they'll sort themselves out.
Froze up hard.
Oh yeah, I'm getting it now, actually, a little bit. So eventually this northern road will lead to our northern allies, our northern friends.
I may have crashed. That may be
dear.
my very first crash. Are you still being able to move around?
Yeah, no, I'm alright, yeah. I can see you walking on the spot, so...
Yeah, I crashed hard. Wow.
Wow.
Alright guys, I'm gonna reload it. 'Cause that's rough.
Reloading.
That is my first proper crash though.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Robert Thomas, thank you so much for becoming a sponsor. I love it when Q dances. I still haven't changed that. I think that's gonna just be
that's
my
brilliant.
thing for a while.
No, it should be. It's brilliant. It makes me laugh every time.
It's the first sound effect that doesn't irritate me after like the first hour.
I also like how it happens after a bad moment's happened to you.
Oh, every time. Every time there's like a theme.
Like, I think you crashed in the Skyrim stream during the week, and that someone sponsored with that sound.
Right when it crashed too. It was perfect timing.
Perfect. Oh yeah, that's dead perfect.
This game is still buggy. How long after release? Well, it's a massive MMO with terraforming capability. And that is the first crash I've had in the week and a half we've been playing it. And I got some hours logged into the MMO now. So it's actually pretty good. Like stability wise, it's been pretty good. They brought the server down today, but only for like an hour.
Yeah, it was about an hour and a half they brought it down for, just for some updates. Oh, I just seen you pop back in.
Yeah, I'm still loading. Downloading the world. So, I'm impressed. It's nothing like it was in the early days of the Life is Feudal Your Own servers, where it was, oh man, it was so buggy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the pre-64-bit days. All right, I'm back in.
Oh, that's a nightmare. It's nightmarish times.
Where it would like crash and the audio would echo and. Yep, loading all the things.
There we go.
So they were asking where this road goes. Does this actually lead to anything
It
interesting?
currently
or-
ends here, but it will eventually end up towards our northern allies. It does end here though.
Oh, okay. Yep. Still loading in textures. But there's the city in all its glory in the distance, and somebody let the gate open.
Yeah, someone did leave the gate open.
We had a couple people posted at the gates opening and closing them, which was awesome. For a little while
Nice.
there. For
For a little while.
But there's the city, guys.
For now. Take it
For now.
all in.
I'm pretty pumped. So 20-something, 30-something people.
In a week's time, it would be completely different, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. We'll probably have proper buildings by then.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially with all the new manual labor who's arrived. That'll want buildings built. And the new skills, so... Hell yeah.
Yes, that'd be a great help. Oh, it's going to be good. Hopefully it'll be worthwhile when it gets to the end of it.
What's the alliance called? Well, this is the Armitage Empire. That's what the group as a whole is called. David, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Keep up the good work. Have a cup of coffee and simplify. Thanks, sir. Oh, this is empty. Sad times. All right, let's head back into the city. Let's see what's going on. What are you going to be working on? You're going blacksmithing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to go and work on my smelting. I'm going to go and organise the new blacksmithing team, make sure they got their kilns and smelteries, and they got parts to use and such, so they can get started.
What's the priorities for the blacksmiths?
And probably nails and metal bands are plenty.
Metal bands, it's for you making barrels and whatnot, right?
Old barrels, chests, you name it, we need it.
Okay. You got mining teams going to be going out too?
Mining teams are already out there, currently searching for iron mines, getting their levels up so they can start searching.
Nice. I'd love to get us a closer mine. Love to
Why is
hear
the
about that.
gates open? Let's sort these guys out. What's going on?
So what are you doing?
What are you doing? Shut the gates.
Shut the gate. Now they shut the gates as we arrive.
And then they shut the gates. How rude.
It was closed the whole time, guys. Closed the whole time.
Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I like that there's collision on the characters. Most MMOs will shy away from that.
By the grace of God.
Well done, Godsman.
But hopefully we'll run things smoothly, get set up over the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll get there.
Hopefully. I know these tiny little huts aren't going to do the trick. Could
No.
you imagine having one hut for every person in the city now? That'd be
Oh
massive.
my god. That'd be like
We gotta get
60
those better.
huts.
We gotta get those bigger buildings built.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh, there's gates open on this side, that's fine.
Oh, it's closed. People are just walking through it. It's super busy right now.
Hmm. Oh man.
Now, what I was worried about was that we were going to burn through our food supplies. Now that there's so many, like we just had this huge population increase.
Oh, we got many hunters out there right now. Loads of hunters.
Oh, good. Good. Because now hunting is a little bit more difficult, so I'm happy that we have plenty of them. Or people willing to fish, because that's a thing.
Hmm. I'll grab some food now, actually. Hopefully get everyone organised, get everyone a house.
Yep. So they can respawn. There's already digging teams working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a look at who's like around. Is the website, because I know all the guild stuff you were telling me operates on on like an external website, right? Not in game. Is that working any better?
It's working so much better. It doesn't crash every time I want to do something now.
Oh, that's good. Frustrating.
Extremely. It was really extremely frustrating when you're trying to sort something out and it would gateway crash for no real reason. Lovely.
Especially when you're trying to add in a ton of people. Disastrous! Guards in Life is Feudal are like guards in Skyrim. Attacking poor misfits? At least Tex only gave me an angry glare. Yeah, don't mess with Tex though, he'll end you.
He will. He has said so.
Oh, you get an arrow to the back of the head. He just got his bow now, he's all about it. He is all about it. Dexter, put some clothes on, man.
God damn it.
Well, I don't know what I want to do now. I mean, we've got to working on stuff all day. We got everybody in. If you're still working your way to the city, make sure you jump on the Discord so they can get you in. The city is now, unless something has changed, Blitz, everything is open, right? We're good for recruitment.
Everything is open. Everything is good for recruitment. Eventually, we might think about expanding, like sending out a new leader to run another maybe another town. But we're in discussion about that. Like to have another outpost out there for the Armitage Empire. So we have the main town, the swamp outpost, the swamp guys down south. They're being really helpful lately, and then we'll have another outpost. But that's in talks. Depends on how many people we have join. But yeah, if people are free to join, you just got to let us know and be willing to help out.
Yeah, and how many people are interested in setting up that outpost?
It does.
Are they thinking like trading outpost, or are they thinking just kind of like
another place, basically?
Okay, like a village or something. Cool. Very cool. I'm gonna walk over and see how the building construction goes, because this would be farmland, so we got people working on flattening areas for farmland.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk around to the south side and see how the digging goes. No more digging.
No, please, no more digging. Oh, there's always more digging.
Gotta get some new trees planted so they'll grow. So we need some people doing forestry.
Yep, we've got a couple of people doing forestry, which has been greatly helpful.
Oh, good, because we burned through so much. Bin Wanless, thank you so much for the $75 donation. That's super awesome. Hey, Shaq, it's payday for me, so it's time to share the wealth. Thank you for keeping me entertained for a long haul. Been with you since the old survival days with Veilfor, Tabby, and Alti. Oh, the good old days. Alti's coming to visit at the end of December, so we're going to have to do some videos together. Get him back on the channel for a bit. Let's see how the digging's going. I'm a little surprised there aren't more people back here working on flattening territory.
I think Jack's got them sectioned off elsewhere, I think.
Okay.
Jack's in all different sort of ways.
Oh, they've got the first... Well, there's 5 of them back here. And they've got the first plaster house down. So, they're getting it done.
We're getting it done. Just slowly but surely.
Who dat? That's you. Yeah. Watching the digging crew. Dig. Dig faster.
I have to go and join them in a minute, start digging and get everyone else organised. And...
Yeah. My biggest worry is the people that are walking all the way out here are gonna die before they have a house.
Oh god.
Like they're gonna get eaten by a wolf or a bear or something, and then have to spawn like down in the desert. And sad times.
It has happened. It has happened, truly.
Yeah, that's no good. Yo, Shaq, what is the recruitment status of the group like? Also, am I doomed to live out my life in one rainy land than the other? No, it hasn't rained all day, has it? Except for just recently.
It has been raining quite a fair bit, but it does stop quite often, to be honest.
Well, I thought it was as a shiny, sunny day today until the last few hours, but it does stop. There are beautiful days, just like there's rainy ones. The rain is actually good for the crops, and I planted some, so yeah.
Ooh.
Feeling pretty good about that. I don't know how many days it takes to grow crops, but
Can't remember how many real life days it was now, actually.
Yeah, I know it was a long time, even on the old server we played on, and now this is the proper MMO where everything is slower.
So much slower.
So much slower, but that's okay. That's what I keep telling myself.
I tell myself that every night when I go to bed. I
It's
just can't
fine.
handle it.
6 hours of digging holes is fine. It's fine. It's totally normal. It's okay.
Fetal position in the corner.
I gotta get the walls done. The community's joining on Friday. No! Did you just lose connection?
No. Oh, yes, dispatcher service to make the connection. Sorry, I was tapped out at the time. No.
And the servers just went down. There was no warning either, so that wasn't like a planned outage.
That was a crash.
I believe that was maybe a server crash? I hope
Yep.
not.
It's all gone down. Yep, server's down.
Tell me that they don't have like, you know how much it would suck if like a server backdated to before the event? I don't think that's gonna happen, but
No. Good night. No. That will reload to the time of the crash.
okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
No.
So
I think I'd just go to bed and just cry myself to sleep. If that did happen.
no, it's okay. So it does save if there's a crash. I've not experienced a server crash yet.
This is it's been a long time since I've had a proper server crash.
And it looks like it is properly down. I don't see
Oh
it.
yeah.
I don't see it up right now. So, all right, everyone's crashed. Server is down. It is the beta, so caveat
Expect
there.
problems.
But all right, guys. I guess that's gonna be the end of the stream. I had planned on hanging out a bit more and just like chilling with everybody while we all built up the city. But I will definitely log in once it's back up. I probably won't stream it though. I think we kind of went over everything. We saw the event. Did you see how long that line got during the event?
Oh yeah, that got about 15 people deep.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That's just the
yeah.
first one, so I'm sure we'll get people coming in throughout the week as we go building it up. So
Exactly.
indeed, you guys are welcome to join us. Make sure you head on over to the Discord, and we played all kinds of games over there. I think I'm gonna be jumping on to Star Citizen tomorrow. You could be around for that?
Ooh, maybe.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it, figure out a time. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, even though it kind of just ended, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of Armco and Life is Feudal, and, of course, all the sci-fi games we play. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Later, everybody.
See you, everyone.